Do you feel like you have it all, but you still feel like something is missing? Well, if your instincts are trying to tell you something, they're probably right. Life is short, so eat that piece of dessert and move to Hawaii. It'll make you happier. Are you interested in moving to Hawaii? Well, today I'm going to cover the top 5 places to move to on Hawaii Island, otherwise known as Big Island. Aloha, my name is Barron Brown and I'm a local realtor here on the Big Island. Having lived on island for over 15 years, I specialize in the Kailua-Kona, Waikoloa, and Kohala Coast areas. I'd love to help you with all your real estate needs, so please reach out to me in the description below. So according to MoveBuddha.com, Hawaii is the #1 state in the nation for inflow of people moving there. It has the highest rate of searches for move-ins versus move-outs. So for every 252 move-ins, there's only 100 people looking to move out. You may be surprised to learn that since 2020, Hawaii has surged 148% in the number of people that are moving there. Where are these people coming from? According to MoveBuddha.com, 47% of these people are coming from California. Others are coming from Texas, Washington, Oregon, and Florida. One of the top cities people are moving to is Kamuela, which is comprised of Waimea and the Kohala Coast. Today, I'm going to discuss with you what each of those areas has to offer, and in addition, cover Kailua-Kona and Waikoloa as well. So in no particular order, here are the top 5 places to move to on the Big Island of Hawaii. #1 on the list is Waimea, which sits on the north end of the island and is known for its lush and green setting. Waimea is full of business professionals, artists, and Paniolo ranchers. There are local farmers markets every week featuring local farmers and artists. You can also attend a rodeo or a nearby polo match at Waikiki Ranch. Because of the elevation in Waimea of 2,500 feet above sea level, the average temperature in Waimea is the mid-70s. One of the best things about living in Waimea, also known as Kamuela, is its proximity to some of the best beaches on the island, such as Mauna Kea and Hapuna Beach. It's also close to Hilo, where you can see rainbows, enjoy waterfalls, and enjoy a tropical rainforest-like setting. You're also not too far from Waipio Valley and Pololu Valley if you're into the outdoors and hiking. Waimea has a wet side and a dry side, which essentially has 2 microclimates in one town. People are also attracted to Waimea because it has one of the best prep schools in the nation, HPA or Hawaii Preparatory Academy. Not only known for its academics and sports, but also has a great theater. In fact, Matthew McConaughey owns a home in Waimea because his kids go to school there. Now, you won't find paparazzi there, unlike California, and so it's very attractive to a lot of people for that reason. If you're into the arts, Waimea also has a terrific theater called Kahilu Theater, where famous symphonies, artists, musicians, and comedians and movement artists perform. Although Waimea has a range in price, the average single-family residential home in Waimea is sitting at just over $1,050,000 for 2023. If you're a foodie like me, there's lots of great restaurants to enjoy, such as Merriman's or Redwater Cafe, and also local coffee shops such as Arvo and Waimea Coffee Company. Waimea is also home to the best hospital on the island, in my opinion, North Hawaii Community Hospital, which is an offshoot of Queens Medical over in Oahu. #2 of the top places to move to is the Gold Coast or the Kohala Coast Resort Area, also in the Kamuela district. This is comprised of Mauna Kea Resort, Mauna Lani Resort, and the Waikoloa Beach Resort areas. The average cost of a home in these 3 areas combined over this last year in 2023 was about $4.8 million. Quite a big portion of real estate in these areas is comprised of condos. These are made up of full-time residents as well as vacation condos. Now, some of these may surprise you because they're actually more like detached homes. The prices vary quite a bit on these condos depending on the neighborhood. A good rule of thumb is Mauna Kea, the average condo over the last year was about just over $3 million. In Mauna Lani, the average cost was just under $2 million. And in Waikoloa Beach Resort area, the average cost of a condo was over $1 million. One of the nice things about these areas is you could get around pretty easily from the beaches to the shops and the restaurants just on a golf cart. Waikoloa Beach Resort and Manalani Resort each have their own grocery stores and shops, whereas Mauna Kea is a little bit limited. However, Mauna Kea has the most incredible beach out of these 3 resort areas on the Kohala Coast, and you can go to the Mauna Kea Hotel, dip your toes in the sand, go to Howtree and order a Frederico, their signature drink. You'll thank me later. Some of the best hotels on the island are also in the Kohala Coast area. The Mauna Kea Hotel, which is owned by the Rockefeller family, as well as the Hapuna Westin, which was remodeled a few years back. And then you have also remodeled a few years back, the Manalani Auberge, which is where my husband and I got married. Go to the Auberge and check out Canoe House, one of the best restaurants on the island, in my opinion. Number 3 on the list is the Kohala Coast Non-Resort Areas. There are 2 different areas worth noting. Number 1 is the beachfront community Pu'uko, and then just northwest of the resorts is another several subdivisions, which I'll mention in just a minute. The neighborhood is comprised of a gentry store, a launching dock for small boats, a few churches, and a surf spot all the way at the end of the community. It's referred to as Paniao by locals. This neighborhood sits between the Mauna Kea and the Manalani resort areas. With just over 300 single-family residential homes, the average home this year sold for about $3 million. If you love beaches, this neighborhood has some smaller beaches scattered throughout, as well as one of my favorite beaches, Beach 69 or Wailea Bay, as well as close access to both Hapuna Beach and Mauna Kea Beach. Pu'uko has a small community feel, and it has the benefit of being close to both Waimea and the resort area without having to pay an HOA. Pu'uko contains quite a few vacation homes and full-time residents. If you go visit this quaint little neighborhood, be sure to drive slow, but it's a total gem not to be missed. Another desirable non-resort area along the Kohala Coast is comprised of several subdivisions. These are Kohala by the Sea, Kohala Waterfront, Kohala Estates, and Kohala Ranch. Now these have a little bit more of a remote feel, and they're about 20 to 25 minutes to the closest grocery store, which is up in Waimea. These communities are mostly gated and may have a small HOA fee, but they have incredible views of the ocean, and they are definitely not to be missed when you're considering your options. The elevation in these neighborhoods can vary quite a bit, which is going to vary the climate as well. So you could be at 200 or 300 feet in elevation right on the cliffs along the ocean, or you could be up over 2,000 or 3,000 feet high, and it's a totally different environment up there and a much cooler climate where it's really green and lush. In some of these areas, you feel like you're basically above the clouds. The average home since the beginning of the year in these comprised neighborhoods equated to about $2.7 million for a single family residential. Number 4 on the list is Waikoloa Village, and it's one of the fastest growing communities because it sits just 6 miles up the hill from the resort areas, making it only 10 to 20 minutes down to the best beaches. Waikoloa Village has its own golf courses, tennis, and pickleball courts. It's a small town of about 7,000 people, and currently it just has one grocery store, a post office, a coffee shop, and some other small businesses. A new shopping center in Waikoloa Village is currently being built to accommodate its ever-growing population, instead of having to drive 25 minutes to Waimea or 40 or 50 minutes down to Kona. Newer subdivision developments are in the works in Waikoloa Village, those who desire a little bit newer home or nicer place than the average $900,000 home in Waikoloa Village. Waikoloa Village also has an incredible Italian restaurant called Pueo's, where people travel all over the island to go and dine. Waikoloa Village is growing in popularity due to its proximity to the resorts, both Waimea and Kona, and those that are looking for a more attractive price point with an ocean view. Last on the list, but certainly not least, is Kailua-Kona. This area, referred to as Kona by the locals, is really the most diverse in terms of the variety of climates. You can be at a beachfront level all the way up to higher elevation and cooler climates and have more of a lush rainforest feel. Kona is really broken down into two sections, North Kona and South Kona. But for purposes of this video, Kailua-Kona is actually located in North Kona, and in my opinion has the most variety and opportunity when it comes to access to restaurants, shopping, small businesses, events, things of that nature. In Kona, you'll definitely find more frequent night markets, events, and sometimes even concerts. Out of all 5 options, I would definitely consider Kona the most happening and lively on the list. One of the things that also attracts people to Kona is you can have a remote-like feel, have quite a bit of land, and still be only about 10 or 15 minutes away from downtown and all the conveniences. The average home price for a single-family residential home in Kona over the last month or so, because this is a much bigger region, is about $1.4 million in 2023. In Kona, you'll find a mix of gated and non-gated communities, as well as some elite private membership gated communities. For a list of some of my favorite areas and subdivisions in Kona, please check out the Google Drive link below in the description. Big Island has a lot to offer, and it's certainly worth your while to fly over here to identify which is your favorite community. I'd love to hear in the comments below which is your favorite neighborhood and why. Once again, my name is Baron Brown and I'm your local Hawaii realtor. I'd love to help you with all your real estate needs, so please reach out to me. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like this to come, and no matter where you're at, I hope you're living aloha every day. We'll see you guys next time.